Open on the slides. Switch it on. Remaining other. In Java, JavaScript folder, you can create a file called function1.js, then come to that file, function1.js file. Function we write like this. Function name, after that a statement whichever we want. Function name, and after that a statement. Coming down, we will write example function add a number. So this function, whenever you will call, it will take a number called 10. It will take a number called 10, and it will take a number called 20, and finally it will do the addition of console.log. The addition is C. Next, we need to call this function. This becomes the definition of the function. You created a function name is called add number, and for add number function, you wrote definition saying like number 1, A will have a variable 10, B will have a value 20, and finally A plus B you will get the addition of A plus B, and this A plus B you are sending as a output, you are doing as a console. Now we need to call this function, then only it will give us something. So add a number. Add number function can be anything. It is just user defined name. You can write any name which your wish. Inside JavaScript folder, basic folder, we will open the CMD as well. And under the CMD, we will be able to run this program. In this way, again we can write node space function 1.js, enter. It will give you the addition is 30. Try writing. The addition is 30. So this is the one way to write the function. We have total 3 methods. Using 3 methods, we can write the function. Using 3 methods, we can write the function. This is the one method. 2 more methods we have. Let me write one more function. Small changes will happen in that. It's called the anonymous function without name. Anonymous function without name. So how that is? Console dot log function without name. Function without name. Come down. We can write a variable. Okay. We can write a variable. We can write here call 2 as a function name equal to function, and after that you can write inside the similar the addition of two number is same. Okay, so when we want to print that, we can call the function 2 here directly this way. So here you saw a small changes, that is the small changes, that is the function keyword is second and function name is first, and it's starting with the var keyword. Var keyword. So this is called as a function without name. An anonymous function without name. Sometimes we use this method also. Sequence. This should give the similar output. Here we can change the value 50, 50 and 50, 50 and 60, 50 and 60. Okay, so it says what is the function C function 2 I called here. Function 1.js line number 17. Console spelling is wrong. Console spelling is wrong. Then it should work properly. It should give both. Both function will work better. You can use first method also. You can use second method also. One more method we have, fat arrow method. If you use the third method, most of the time, like nowadays, people use the third method only. That is from the ECMAScript 5.6 people use in that. ECMA 5.6 people use that method. What we are going to write next? Okay, hope both the method is working. Let's write one more method. Console.log fat arrow method. Fat arrow function. Fat arrow function. It is like this. Suppose function name I given 3 equal to 3 equal to function keyword will not come in that. We will not write the function keyword. Without writing the function keyword, we will use directly a fat arrow key. After that, inside we can use our own statement. Variable A100, variable B 300, and then variable C A into B. Console.log the multiplication is C. Then we can call this function 3 we can call here. This guy. Let us sequence. It will give the output from all 3 functions. In React, we are going to follow the third method. We should follow third method, advanced JavaScript, your fetch function. You have seen the map function. All are based on fat arrow key only, fat arrow method itself. For each function you saw, that is also based on fat arrow method. Third method you can follow. People will understand you are following the arbitrary standard code of JavaScript. Now we'll create one more file. There we'll see function with parameter. How to send some input to a function and function will give us the output. These three function we wrote: function without input, function without parameter. Next we are going to write function with parameter. Function with parameter. Function with parameter. Clear? So let's create next file. Function2.js. Function2.js. We will write a factor method. Function1 equal to receive the input as a comma b. Now after that, the default value of a you can keep here called null. Default value of b you can keep here called null. So it will not throw the error. Sometime user may pass the value. Sometime user may not pass the value. Create one more variable c equal to null. So default value we given the null. In case if anyone call this function without value, no problem, it will work. It will not throw the error without defining the null value. If your variable is not defined with any value, default value, it will throw the error if you are not passing the parameter. How that work? Let's go. Variable c equal to a plus b plus c. Console dot log the addition of a comma b comma c comma age comma d. This should be d. Variable d equal to a plus b plus c. So the output will come the addition of null and null is 0. If you call this function directly, suppose I am calling the function 1 here directly without any input, it will say the addition of null is 0. At the same place, if you have not given the null, it will say is nan. The addition of undefined is nan. So check once. Now I will go here and we'll run the page and we'll understand the function 2 what is saying. See, the addition of null is 0. At the same place, you can check from the function 1 null you have given, remove the null, keep only ABC, and then you will see the addition of undefined is 9. Those kind of message will come. Now let me show you here. Suppose if I have given A equal to nothing and B equal to also nothing and C equal to also nothing. It will give the error. The addition of undefined is 9. So here addition of undefined is 9 is not a number. Since the variable you have used and you are not passing the value and you have not given any default value, so expected this will come. So every time whenever we write a function with parameter, the parameter you can initialize with some default value, maybe null, maybe 0, maybe empty, maybe true, false, anything, so that your program will not throw the error. It will not say is 9, is not a number, and it will not say undefined. Now variable is defined here. Default value is null. If you are calling with the default value as a null, instead of saying undefined, it will say as a 0. The first call. So here the output will be as a 0. Now I am going to call the same function 1 only, with function 1 only, but will pass 3 value 10, 20, 30. 10 will go to the A, 20 will go to the B, and 30 will go to the C. 10 will go to A, 20 will go to the B, and 30 will go to the C. It will follow the sequence as we have defined the variable. In the same sequence, your value will pass. So at this place, it will say addition is 60. 60 should come here. Correct. Let me check once. What it says. It is saying here the addition is 60. The addition of 10, 20, 30 is 60. This happened based on function. Now 3 parameter we pass. We can pass here only 2 parameter also. The third one we can escape. So it will say the addition of 10 and 20 is 30. Here the output will come as how much? 30. The addition of 10 and 20 will be 30. It will not say is 9. So by default, A equal to null you have given. If you are not passing any value, it will be null. As soon as you pass any value, the null will get replaced by the value you have entered. Okay, the null will get replaced by the value you have entered. Okay, let me show you again. So giving the 20, see all three will work. The addition of 10, 20 and null is 30. We can give one value also and we can give no value also. So here it will come as a 10 and here it will come as a 0. So this is the best way to write the function. How many input you require? You take that many variable Every variable you define with the null, and once you go inside, your function will be ready to capture the input based on how many you are passing. Else the default value will be none. Fat arrow method with parameter. Fat arrow function with parameter. That also optional parameter, not required parameter. Fat arrow method with optional parameter. So working for all. Okay, so we can go next. After that, we have next file, or in the same file, you can write one more function where we can use the array. We can store some data in array, and after that, on click of on just once load the function, we can display the data from array. Okay, so write a function called anything, a variable book equal to fat arrow method, go inside and create a variable book list, and this book list you keep a simple array. Under the array, HTML will be there, CSS will be there, JavaScript will be there, PHP we can add. Next, you can use the map function below. Book list dot map name of the book and position of the book. Console.log position comma name. Name and position both it will print. Now this book function you can call below like this. So hope list of books are printing. Function is working and it's giving the list of books. Next, after that, we need to work on events. These all the outputs are coming in the browser console. This output should come in the browser. Direct it should be visible. It should not go to the console. So for that, we have to use the HTML code. Then in HTML, based on rule and regulation, we need to combine with the JavaScript. After that, it will work. Okay, so hope ready. Now, look at our content file. We have started from here. We are till here now. Okay. Till fat arrow method we reached. Now after that, we need to enter under the data binding where the concept of HTML and JavaScript will come together. Concept of HTML and JavaScript will come. HTML need to communicate with the JavaScript. JavaScript need to communicate with the HTML. Okay, to send the data and receive the data. So remaining next, all the files will not go to the basic folder. It will go to the JavaScript advanced folder. Inside advanced folder, we will create a folder called data binding. Data binding. Under the JavaScript advanced folder, we will create the first folder called data binding. Under data binding, you will be storing all the files. Okay, so hope data binding folder is ready. Under data binding folder, you can keep some photos. Under data binding folder, you can keep some photos. Okay, hope ready. Under the data binding folder, we keep the photos 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Under the data binding, the first point will understand the type of pop-up window. It is going to help us further in programming. It will help us further in programming. When we'll write the program, that time it is going to help us. Okay, so we'll create a file. I have written here one note, a small note is there. If you can see that. Okay, single line definition is written. Call type of pop-up window in JavaScript. Type of pop-up window in JavaScript. So the first type of pop-up window is alert. Alert. Using alert, what we do? It used to give confirmation message to user. Suppose you are writing something and finally you click on button. After that, one pop-up message will come. Your particular message sent successfully. Particular task is done successfully. Particular thing is done successfully. So those we are going to follow through the alert box that is useful only. It will help us to give any kind of confirmation message to user. Another pop-up box we have that is called confirm. Confirm what it will do. Suppose you open a website, you are doing something. There is a risk process. Suppose you are deleting your profile, you are deleting your resume, you are deleting any kind of record. Before deleting the record, a confirmation will ask, are you sure? Or suppose you are sending the email to someone, you have not written the subject line, and you click on send button, it will ask, do you want to send without subject line? You will say yes, okay. So this confirm box is going to collect the input from user in the form of boolean, either true or false. So it used to ask the confirmation from user in Boolean as true or false. Which one? Confirm box. Another one we have called prompt box. It used to ask the non-Boolean input from user, like whenever we want to collect some input from user by a pop-up window, we can use the prompt box and it will collect the input from user. So we will create one example. In that we need to implement this all. That is alert, confirm, and then which one? Prompt. So write a file called pop-up window.html. Okay, so we are creating a file popup.html. .html. In which folder? Advanced folder under the data binding folder. Popup.html. Let's go inside. Start from HTML. And then you will follow the head section. Then we'll write the script part. Script is the place where you are going to write the JavaScript code within HTML. This is called internal JavaScript. In current HTML page, you can write JavaScript anywhere after opening the script and closing the script. That can be in the body also. That can be in head also. Which one? A script open, a script close. So we used to open the style and close the style. That was for the CSS purpose. Now we have option. We can open the script and close the script. It is for the JavaScript purpose. Okay, come under the body part, write a h1 HTML pop-up window. Example. Okay, ready? HTML pop-up window, simple example. Now inside this, you will create a button. Click this, call it alert. You can write here prompt and confirm. Confirm. Another one is called a prompt. Alert, confirm, and then prompt. Okay, ready? Next, after that, we have got three buttons. For each button click, there should be different type of action. Three button we got. On each button click, there should be different type of action. So first, write a button. Write a function variable one equal to fat arrow method, and write inside function called alert. Inside the alert, you will write hi, your message sent successfully. Hi, your message sent successfully. Now first button we have on click. On click is the event. We are going to see that on click equal to you will call the function one. As you click on button click, one alert will come and that will say hi, your message sent successfully. The first button. The first button once we click, on click the alert will come and it will say hi, your message sent successfully. Let me come to the browser and click on first button. What it says, the first button say hi, your message sent successfully. Something like this. First button click once you do, this pop-up window will come. So this pop-up window alert is coming. It is the pure function of JavaScript that is not made by us. In that you cannot add extra button, you cannot change color, you cannot modify that. If you want customize pop-up window, then you have to use the bootstrap model. Using the bootstrap model, you can create your own model. It will follow your own color combination, everything. But this is the JavaScript core function. It will come default color combination, default number of buttons, and default alignment. Okay. Next button we have, that is saying called conform. So what will be the benefit? Let's go here. If variable, write the function 2 equal to fire arrow method. Inside we will write a variable a equal to, we will call the function called conform, and you will write there, are you sure? Something. We wrote a message called are you sure? Here suppose you have written conform and delete. Suppose you wrote something here, conform and delete. Like this button you made somewhere where on button click you are going to do some process that has the risk. It may lose the data also, by mistake also click will happen, or maybe some any other can be click also. So in that case, system wanted to know, is it really clicked by you? You really want to click on that, you want to delete that. So in that case, it will be best to check one confirmation from user. If user is saying yes, then only it should get deleted. Okay. So let's come to this file, and here in this file, suppose like, so once you click on OK, it will give two button. Once you click on confirm, once you click on second button, we have to call this function. Function 2 we need to call. Function 2 we need to call. On click equal to, we are calling the function 2 here. On click equal to, we are calling the function 2 here. Now after calling the function 2, that's is for which course? Only React. You have attended any class? You attended any class already? React, I have one batch in the morning 9:30, but that is already started there, cross the report classes. Another one, if you want to learn, um, we can only React is not there. Yes, in we can write it project classes mostly. Morning 8 o'clock, if you are available, you can join from JavaScript. 8 o'clock, are you available? 8 to 9, 9:30. JavaScript is going on. Fifth class. Today is the fifth class. Okay, so let's run now. See what he's saying. When we go here and click on second button, it says are you sure? Okay, with the two button, okay and cancel. Now how the system will understand whether you have clicked on okay or cancel? user want to do or user don't want to do. So this OK and cancel button will decide. If you click on OK button, JavaScript will return as a true. If you click on cancel button, JavaScript will return as a false. So let's see how it is going to happen now here. The A we have received from the confirmation, either people will click on OK or cancel. If he will click on OK, then also it will go to the A variable. If you click on cancel, then also it will go to the A variable. Now what is inside the A? Let's keep an alert and understand what is inside. Your input is your input is A. Your input is A. So A will return true or false. A is going to return true or false. It will hold either true or it will hold as a false. True or false. It will hold true or false. So what is going to guide us? It is going to guide us to understand the intention of user. The confirm button will collect the input from user want to process or not. So how that look? Let's come to the browser and show you. Suppose I went here, click on confirm. It says, are you sure? Okay, yes, we want it. Then it will return your input is what I have written here. Oh, now comma will not work. What we have to do? Plus we have to do. Okay, comma will work only in which case? If you are printing in the console. If your file extension is .js, then comma will work. If the file extension becomes HTML and you want to send the output in the browser, comma is not going to concat the statement. You have to use the plus operator. Plus operator will work with the browser also and without browser also. Comma operator will work only with the JavaScript. It will not work with the browser. So you have to give as a plus here. Let me see. So I will say the OK. So OK, then it says your input is true. Means you want to move next. If you click on cancel, then it will say your input is false. So please check, write this function too and check the button too also. And check once, are you able to collect the user input from? Okay, clear. So you got the idea. Okay meaning is what and cancel meaning is what? So JavaScript pop-up window is of three types. One is called alert, another one is called confirm, another one is called which one? Prompt. Alert used to give confirmation message to the user using the single OK button. Confirm will help you to collect the input from user in the form of boolean true or false. It has two buttons. OK will return the true and cancel return the false. We can apply the if condition here. If A is true, then go ahead. If A is false, then don't do anything. User has clicked by mistake. Next, the third one we are going to write. The third one we are going to write, that is called, you cannot modify anything in pop-up window. That is a core feature of JavaScript. If you want to modify anything, you have to create your own model, that is bootstrap model, or you can write your own HTML and CSS. Variable 4 equal to variable 4 equal to. Now let's go inside, create a variable. You can write here email ID, email. Now write here prompt, prompt, prompt. Enter your email ID. Enter your email ID. Enter your email ID. Now suppose this button what we have written, this button structure is little different. Alert, something right here. Hi, download link sent to download link sent to email. Download link sent to email. Now come down, prompt just here for the download file. Download file, something. Okay, so once you click on download file, it will call the function not for function 3 only. Function name are given 4, you can change to 3. Function 3 we can call here. On click equal to function 3. On click equal to function 3. On click hi, download link sent to email. Again here plus we have to give. This comma will not work. Here /n we can apply. /n so that email ID will print in the new line. /n so that email ID will print in the new line. /n so that new email ID will print in the new line. Okay, so we got it. Let's check now how it's working. So if you go here and click on, see, prompt, it is saying enter your email ID. Suppose I enter my email ID abc@gmail.com. So what it will say? It will say if download link is sent to where? abc@gmail.com. So here what we can do using this feature, like suppose you want to collect some input from user and without creating any kind of form or any input box, then wherever we required on user action, it's not only click, it can be anything. It can be double click, it can be mouse move, it can be page load, or it can be many other events we have. And the based on the any event, we can call this function, call as a function 3, and under function 3 we can call the prompt, and in the prompt we can give a message, please enter the particular input, will help you better. People will enter that, and then you can check here, is it empty, not empty, or every condition we can apply if else here. If it satisfies the condition, then we can move to the particular functionality, and we can send a request to the backend also, or we can do something from here. So this pop-up window will be helping us in JavaScript in some certain conditions. Okay, right. Let's go ahead next. Alert will help you sometime to find out the error also. If you are not getting the proper idea, you can apply the multiple alert to check alert 1, alert 2, alert 3, alert 4. You will get to know till where it is going, till where it's missing out. Okay, that way also we can use it. Right, so hope working. See, JavaScript video, all your videos, 4 videos was there. So 4 videos I have uploaded in YouTube channel, and all videos are there, including yesterday video also. This URL I will share you. This URL I will share in your chat. In this playlist, your other videos are also there. And in the same playlist, daily evening, I will upload the video. It's a private accessible because people are misusing that. They are giving to here, there, they are sending to the some friend and relative. So it's wrong for us actually. So I have made a private playlist. In that playlist, your all the videos I have uploaded. If you have if you have got the permission to your email ID, you can access that. You can click on the link, you will get the video. You can play from there directly. In case if it is saying like you don't have any access or the video is private video, you have to message me your email ID in the WhatsApp group. After that, I'll give you the permission, you can access from there. So this 8 a.m. 8 a.m. So I will be sending you the link here as well in your chat. How I will access that. Playlist is not showing here. In that my YouTube channel, sometime my kids will take the mobile and they will play some cartoon videos. So if something they have liked, it is coming in the chat, you can ignore that. Okay, so okay, so link I sent you in chat. You can keep that in your phone. That link chat, even I will send in the WhatsApp group also in some time. From there you can access it. In case after to access this playlist, you have to log in through your email ID. Which email ID? The email you have given me earlier to give the permission. I have given the permission to everyone. In case if it is saying private video not accessible, in WhatsApp group you can send your email ID. In that I will add the permission, and then you can access it easily. So how it will happen in case the permission is not there, then you can send an email in the WhatsApp group. I will add the permission. One link will come from YouTube video. YouTube, you can click on that, and then something will be there. Button click, you can do that, and after that you can click on this link again. Okay, then you can play the video directly. Will be helpful. Daily I will upload the video 9 o'clock nearly, and then you can follow from there directly. Evening, today video again evening time I'll upload. Tomorrow video again tomorrow evening I'll keep uploading. From there you can have a look.
Sir, so yesterday's video is already uploaded.
Already there in the video number 4.
Okay.
Function 2, which file you want to see? Sequence. Okay, hope you written the function 2. Okay, so look at here. After this, we have JavaScript events. We have, like, suppose when we created a web page, and this web page user will come, user interaction will happen to the web page. So when the user interaction will happen to web page, then in that case, how the how the communication will happen between JavaScript and HTML. So in that point, this is going to play the major role. That is called JavaScript events. JavaScript events will play the major role. That is called JavaScript events are of different categories. Like when we open the website, and when we open the website, then we use the computer or maybe use the laptop or any other device. So while operating the system, we use the terminal. In the terminal, we'll have the mouse. Through mouse, we handle the activity of the system. Through keyboard, we do the input and output. Correct. Sometime on page load will happen. Sometime after filling the form, we click on submit button. So this entire the type of user interaction is converted into different category, and that is called a event. So suppose this page is open. In this page, I am clicking on this button, right? Through what? Through the mouse. Maybe you will have a registration page where you will enter the value through keyboard. Maybe somewhere you will have Google will give the option via search. We can speak and that recognize and they'll search it. Correct. So those are called what? Those are called a different type of interaction. User will come to your application, and that the type of interaction will be different. So JavaScript people has made multiple type of events, and that event is nothing but the type of user interaction. So question is how the user can interact with the web application. So number one category through the mouse. When you are operating the computer, how you will interact with your computer. You can interact with the mouse. It can be touchpad. Correct. Another we have user input can be done through the keyboard also. Input can type something. User can type something. User can press the enter key. User can press any key. So those entire keyboard activity is converted into another keyboard events. Entire mouse activity is converted into mouse event. And then entire form related, like after submit the form, we click on submit button, that is converted into the form events. When you open any kind of page, you may have seen a lot of pop-up window will open, it will ask enter your email ID, subscribe the email here there. So that is called onload. That is called onload. What is that event name? Onload. That happen especially for body events. Okay, so this way we have some events that is going to help us to make a communication between JavaScript and HTML. HTML is a separate language, JavaScript is separate. User will come, user interaction will happen to HTML. Now, on what basis HTML will communicate with JavaScript? How the HTML will come to know I have to send the information to JavaScript? How the HTML will get to know I have to collect the information from JavaScript? Based on this. Based on what? Based on events. And that events will be generated by user itself. If the user is clicking, that meaning button click. If the user is double click, that meaning double click. If user has loaded the page, that meaning on load. If user has typed the value, that meaning on key press. Correct. So one side we have the HTML technology, another side we have JavaScript technology. Now, based on the type of user interaction, we are going to transact the data, send the data, and receive the data. And that the type of interaction of the user to with the UI, the type of user interaction with the UI is going to known as a what? Events. Whereas the events will be divided into different type through keyboard, through mouse, through page load and all. Okay. So this will take nearly 15 minutes to create example. Quickly we'll create example tomorrow, and after that the main thing will start from here. Okay, how to send the data and how to receive the data. So there we will be spending more time to get different idea of passing the different type of value, and again your major data binding will come. But these all are part of data binding only. Before data binding, what are the things are required? So we need to understand some pop-up windows, we need to understand some events, and then based on requirement we can keep sending the value, keep receiving. Okay, so that is the tomorrow task. So let's see you tomorrow, and then we can. Okay.
In the closed session function, you will have to remove all the.
Okay. Popup.html file. Come to your chat.